Okay. Let's finish this up, okay? Yeah, this, and I gotta record the ranking. And I come up with the ranking. But I gotta record the ranking. I actually might have to watch the end of the first few reviews so I know what scores I gave the other ones. But, so we're talking about Secondhand Lions, a movie I wanted to watch and review for a long time. I've seen it before, a couple times. When I was younger, around this time, we started having family movie nights, either with my mom or at my grandparents' house. There was a tradition when movies would come out on DVD. We usually rent them and watch them with my grandparents. So this was one of them. This is a really good movie. It really is. The story is that Walter goes to live with his two great uncles on their farm when his mother supposedly is going to go to redo college classes, but it turns out she's not. She's going to Vegas, and she's a liar. She's a terrible mother, but she's left with these two uncles who take care of him. And it's basically he's living there, and then one uncle tells the story of the other uncle. So, yeah. The boy Walter is played by Haley Joel Osment, and the two uncles are played by Robert Duvall and Michael Caine, respectively. And Michael Caine doing a pretty good Southern American accent. I didn't do it. But, yeah. So, yeah, he gets there and he's like, oh, can I watch television? We ain't got one. No television? And, like, you can tell Haley Joel Osment is going through puberty because his voice keeps cracking in this. Man, but yeah, he's left there. There's rumors that they have all this money and stuff somewhere, but no one can ever really prove it. You got estranged family members showing up, trying to butter them up and try to get money or whatever. And at one point, they buy a lioness, a female lion. It's really weird, but they do. And then they're like planting in a garden, and they try to plant different vegetables, but they're all corn because they were all, tricked. But don't seeds usually come in little packets to tell you what it is, or are they just in baggies? This guy was, I don't know. Yeah, and then Michael Caine starts to tell the story of Robert Duvall's character, and in flashbacks, we see the younger Robert Duvall is played by Christian Kane, who I know from Leverage and Angel and The Librarians, and that's really cool. Although there is, when he has to have the mustache, you could tell it's a fake mustache, but he plays the role really well. It's the younger version. And he tells the story of how Hud, I think his name is Hub, whatever. He had a girl named Jasmine, and then, Walter wonders what happens to her, but he tells the story and he stops and he's like, you want to know the rest of the story, you gotta ask Hub. And he does, and so Hub confirms that she died in childbirth with the baby. And it's kind of like Big Fish in a way that you wonder if these stories are true. How they battled with the Sheik, with his greatest rival, and he got away. And then at the end it is confirmed that this actually did happen. This is kind of bookended by scenes. The first one, you see a plane flying, and you hear a tall man laughing, and then a phone call happens to someone else, and he's like, can I help you? I have bad news. And then it cuts to, the movie, and at the end, it's bookended by the end. That the older version of Walter, this is the older version of Walter who got the phone call, played by Josh Lucas, who has been told that his uncles have died. So, yeah. And I think that Haley Joel Osment, as well as the two older gentlemen, this Michael Caine and Robert Duvall, they do a very good job. Very good job. And Kieran Cedric's not bad, But I don't know. She always comes across to me as too southern sometimes. I know it's her accent, but it's just sometimes it comes off a little too much. Like maybe she doesn't actually sound like that, but she's just talking like that to sound a little more southern when she does these kind of roles. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little too much. But she comes off as this woman who just wants what's for her and doesn't care about uh, her child, which I know someone like that. I won't say who, but I know someone like that. To the point that towards the end here, she shows back up with this new boyfriend of hers, fiance that she's gonna marry, Stan, and they're like, "Oh, we find out that they're bank robbers." This is literally like the same night or the night after that or whatever that he finds the money, and it looks like it might be stolen money. So then they show up like, "Oh, they robbed a bank," and and they're gonna throw him in jail, stuff like that, and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna take you, get your stuff, and we're gonna take you. And but first you have to tell us where the money is. And he's like, "Well, you gotta know where the money is." What's that? What you know? What do you mean? Why you gotta know where the money is? But they don't need it anyway. And this Stan literally just like starts beating him up, which sends the lion into a frenzy where the lion jumps on this guy, and the lion has a heart attack for some reason and dies, protecting her cub, they say. But, and she's like, okay, they're going to take Stan to the hospital and everything. And she's like, oh, I'm going to drop Stan off in Vegas, but she's not. They're still going to get married. She learned nothing. This guy is literally beating her kid, and she's just going to, it's one thing, okay? A good mother is always measured by, like, it doesn't matter what happened. A good parent, rather, it doesn't matter what happens to them, as long as their children are fine. So, like, he raises the question, does he hate you? And she's like, well, that's none of your business. Well, it kind of is, but, like, it really, to her, at least, it shouldn't matter if he hits her. If, like, he could be beating her, but, like, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but from her point of view, it should be like this. You can beat me all you want. You start beating my kid, I'm done. Like, she's trying to keep this relationship together, hoping he will change. But the minute that her child is threatened, she should be like, no, I'm done. Get the fuck out of my life. But she doesn't. Her kid was hit. She does nothing. She's still gonna go through with this everything. So he, in this great scene, Haley Joel Osment does is, for once, do something for me. Do something for me for once. And so he's sent back. And there's another great scene earlier, because they established that Hub, he has this be a man speech, whatever it's called. And he starts delivering it, and he's like, you have to finish that. Are you gonna you gotta finish it. He goes, I will, when you're almost a man. Well, then you have to be here. You have to stay, and you have to, he's like, well, I can write it down. No, you have to do it, and you have to be the one to tell it to me. All right. They really kind of connect, because, like, he and Michael Caine have connected, but Hub has been the one that's been distant, and this is when they come together and they actually connect, and that's really cool. It's where they, become a family, really. And such. And they do hint at the plane, because he's like, we're going to put together. And Michael Caine's like, how do you hate flying? What? I can learn. But you always said you would die before you get in one of those things. Here, it comes with instructions right here. It's like, but yeah. So after he comes back to live with them, then we cut to the end, where it's revealed that they died. But then a helicopter shows up, and it's the son of the sheik with the grandson, and it's revealed that the stories he said were true, which is what he defended to his mom as well, his mother as well, is that the stories, they couldn't have robbed the bank back in the 40s. They were out in the desert and stuff, so like everything was true and stuff. So yeah, this is really good. I even like the score that plays here and there. It's really cool. And you get the sleepwalking scenes, Robert Duvall. That right there should show you proof. Like you hear the stories of when Hub was younger, what he was doing, and then he's sleepwalking, dreaming, and he's doing those same things. So that should be, be a clue that they're telling the truth too. But I think this movie is really well done. Who directed this, by the way? I wanted to look at that. I didn't look at it before. Tim McKinley's. Never heard of him. I wonder if he did any more movies. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I really don't know who the guy is who did more movies. This was good. Man, this was good. In fact, I would say it's pretty good. It's good, not to the moon good. I don't like the mom character. I think maybe that kind of character wasn't needed, but I guess maybe for the script it was. I think maybe a better story arc for the mom would be at first. She's all like leaving her son in the lurch and being irresponsible. But I think the minute that Stan hits her son is when it should have snapped at her and she's like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to be the better mom. And as the better mom, I think you're better here. I'm not going to take you away. I want to be a better mom, and I can't do that by myself. So you need to stay here. That could have been better, but no, we got to make her be worse. Maybe that's why it's just at the tip, at the end of pretty good before becoming a to the moon. It's just that close, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Secondhand Lines? Someone who comes, let me sure, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.